Hey y'all, what is good? Welcome to my channel. If you're new, my name is Morgan. I make videos about life, love, relationships, awareness, mindfulness, all that good stuff. Welcome back if you're returning. Today, we got a good one for you folks. We are going to talk about how guys are not always the problem. So in social media and in a lot of different platforms, we see women being glorified and men being villainized when it comes to intimacy, dating, and relationships. But few platforms actually encourage women to check themselves, to hold themselves accountable when it comes to this type of topic, and actually encourage them to look into a mirror and kind of see if issues may be lying in them and not always the men. So we're gonna get into it. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm gonna be blunt, and if you don't like that, well, then you can bounce, but let's get into it. Let me start off by being transparent and saying that I used to be pretty bad at this. I used to feel like when I was in a relationship, what I did was never really a problem, and that the guy should always change what he was doing, or if I had an issue with something and I brought it up to him, he should just immediately change it, and that if he didn't respect me. And if he told me about the way that he felt, I always thought it was like he's just being kind of dramatic, he's overreacting, I didn't really do anything bad. And what that ends up doing is, as a woman, we all understand that in this society, men are generally very bad at expressing their emotions and their more vulnerable feelings. So when a man tells you something about how he's feeling and you disregard it, or you tell him that he's being dramatic, or you minimize his feelings in any type of way, what is this going to do? It's going to discourage him. Why would he want to open up to you about how he's feeling when you never take him seriously or you put him down? It's going to take somebody who's already so, I don't want to say bad, but who's already so hesitant to open up to you, close up even more, and all it's going to do is hurt your relationship. So going into the intimacy, dating, and relationships portion, and how women need to start holding themselves more accountable, let's get into it this way. I'm gonna just bring up some points that I see or I saw in my past or with my friends when they've been dating and have told me about their experiences. So the first one is that women tend to not ask what the dude is on or what he even wanted, right? So I was just listening to a podcast or watching a YouTube video, like The Roommates, like they're super popular, like these two dudes, and they was talking to these two girls about like whose job is it when a man and a girl start, or a man and woman start talking to each other. Let's say the man is talking to multiple women, but he's pursuing you or somebody else. Is it the guy's job to tell the girl that he's talking to multiple women, or is it the girl's job to ask? And to me, the simple answer is just fucking, sorry, I need to stop swearing. To me, the answer is, why wouldn't you just ask? Why are you gonna sit there and just assume what he's on without just asking a direct question? And this is where a lot of females are like, well, if I ask, I don't want him to get upset or think that or they make all these scenarios in their head that aren't real just as an excuse not to ask. Where it's like, bro, just be honest, straight up. Are you talking to other females? Are you having sex with other females? And if he cares about you, he'll let you know. If he doesn't want to be with you, like, he'll make it known. Like, he'll let, like, dudes usually are pretty transparent, and if he's lying to you, then that's a whole different thing. But if you literally just ask a question, like, you're most likely just gonna get the answer. And a lot of women are also afraid to say what they're on, out of fear that it's gonna push the man away. Like, I don't want to tell him that I want a relationship because he might think that I'm this, this, and this, or I don't want to tell him that I want to be cuffed because then it's gonna make him not want to talk to me. And it's like, why would you want to be with a man that doesn't want the same things that you want? So by you asking these questions, you're gonna weed out the men that aren't in the same are on the same mission as you. Wouldn't you want a man that wants a relationship too? So if you're asking these questions, you're gonna start to filter out the options, which will lead you to somebody who's on the same path as you. Does this make sense? Also, going on to the same point when it comes to dating apps, I see this a lot as well, where people are like afraid to ask. Da, 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 da. When I was on Tinder, I'm not even gonna cap. I used to literally ask people straight up, why are you on Tinder? What are you looking for? And some of them would be like, oh, I'm just looking to vibe with somebody. Or like, I hated those answers. Or they'd be like, nothing serious, da 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 da. But if they're like, oh, like I'm potentially looking for somebody to like be serious with, you can like figure out who's worth your time with one single question. Like, it's not hard. Stop making it hard. If a man tells you something, believe him. That's a major key. If a man tells you something, take his word for it and stop trying to make excuses for what he could have meant, or, well, he said this, but like, I'm just gonna see anyway. Like, stop fucking wasting your time. If a dude tells you, I just am looking for somebody to like vibe with and hang out, don't be like, I'm gonna change his mind. I'm gonna start talking to him and he's gonna wanna date me because I'm this, this, and this. No, you are playing yourself. Believe him when he tells you things. It's not your job to change a man's idea of what he wants. Find somebody who wants the same things as you, and then pursue that together. Don't try to change somebody's mind. For what? There's plenty of men that want relationships, so why are you wasting your time on one who doesn't even want what you want? It makes no logical sense. Like, women, stop doing that, please. Also, be aware of how you're presenting yourself online, and be aware of the type of attention you're giving to other people and what they post. Let me give an example again with Tinder. Women, I love women. Obviously I'm a woman. I love women. But stop lying about what your intentions are. I see women on Tinder with their titties out, booties out, bodies posted, talking about, I want a relationship, and then get mad about the kind of attention they receive from men when it's coming, when they come with like a sexual manner. If you're posting yourself in a certain type of way, no matter what your said intentions are, it's going to derive that type of attention. So if you're looking for a serious like romantic relationship, why would you present yourself in a way that can be perceived as you being sexual, or like you're sexualizing your own body? Oh, some people are gonna say, well, it's my body, I can post it however I want, da 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 da. You can, but the way it's perceived is something you cannot control. And if you realize that, oh, when I post these pictures, I'm getting this type of attention, and you don't want it, then why are you still posting it? Like, just be real with yourself and stop lying about like what you're doing. Same thing for men's photos. If you're only swiping, I haven't had Tinder forever. Swiping right on pictures with dudes with their body out, their six pack, their dick print showing. If you're swiping on that, what is that telling them? That you like what they're showing you and that you want that type of relationship. And if you do it. But I'm saying, don't be doing all this stuff and then get confused when he's talking about want to hook up later tonight. Like, you're entertaining the type of content that's very sexual, and so it's like, well, what did you think he was gonna want or think? If you're looking for a relationship, don't entertain or don't like the type of like photos that are like hypersexualized. Just like avoid. This is an avoidance strategy. Okay, another thing that women need to come to terms with is, how are you gonna get mad at a man when you gave your body to him willingly, and then once you did, he bounced? Okay? Especially when you didn't do number one and ask him what he was on. So let's say, for example, y'all are talking, nothing's established. You're just talking, maybe going on like a couple dates. You let him hit, and then his energy towards you starts to change. One, this is gonna show you that you didn't know him as well as you thought you did. But two, how are you gonna get mad when you never asked him what like you meant to him or what he wanted? You were just assuming an outcome. Like, if I do this, then he's gonna wanna wife me. If I do this, then this is gonna happen. No, you gave yourself to him willingly. And until you accept the fact and be like, damn, I made a mistake, I should have done that, or if that's all you want, that's different. But also stop being mad like when you know how men work. Like, it's different if you are literally completely naive, But I'm gonna tell you right now that most men are very sexual, a lot of testosterone going on. A lot of times they just want to hit. Like, this is just the truth. This is the truth. And you can accept it or you cannot accept it, but stop being mad when there's a truth in place and you're choosing not to believe it. Okay? This is where I get upset with women, where it's like, well, I keep talking to all these guys, and as soon as like I let them have sex with me, they just like don't want me anymore. It's like, do you see a pattern? Maybe you should change what you're doing. I don't know. Also, this is where there is a truth, and people just choose to act against it instead of believing it. But letting a man hit the first time he meets you is not going to make him respect you more. Sis, I'm here to tell you the truth. If you let him hit the first night, he's probably just gonna bounce, because if you're that easy for him, you're that easy for other men. That's what he's gonna think. So why would he cuff somebody or take somebody seriously when he perceives you as not taking yourself seriously? There's a reason why men want to pursue. They don't want it to be too easy. If it's too easy, it's like, what's the point? And you can deny this all you want. I've asked my boyfriend this now. I've asked like all like people that I've dated in the past. I have male friends. It's like, it doesn't matter who you ask. Like, if a dude hits the first night, he's not gonna see you the same. It doesn't, he's lying to you. He's lying to you if he says otherwise. And I'm not saying this is like necessarily a bad thing. Like, if you just want to be friends with benefits and just do that, okay. But like, realistically, don't do that if you're looking for a real relationship. And also, they're also creating soul ties with a bunch of random men if you do that, and watch my other video about that, because that's also an important topic. But finally, my last point is, are you even giving your man or the people that you're talking to a reason to treat you like a queen? This is where there's this big movement on feminine energy. I'm all for it. I believe that women should act out of their feminine energy, but we can't just disregard the fact that we have masculine energy. So feminine energy is obviously very receptive, right? We don't chase people. We're not super aggressive, or we're not super like, we don't like, it's not initiative. Like, we just are receiving. And what goes along with this, which is dangerous, is like, women are just perfect the way that they are, and a man should just cater to what his woman wants, but that's not how the real life works, bro. Everything's a two-way street. Are you giving him a reason to even want to do that to you? Are you hyping him up? Are you checking up on him? Are you doing little surprise gifts or buying his favorite things or his favorite food every now and then? Like, are you giving him reasons to even want to give you stuff so you can be receptive? Does that make sense? Everything is like, it's reciprocity. You give, he gives, you receive, he receives. Like, you can't just neglect the fact that we have masculine energy. Like, I'm only gonna live in my feminine. It's like, that's not how it works, bro. Like, you have to do both. And other things like, are you listening to his emotions? Are you validating the things that he's telling you? Are you being loyal? Are you cutting off all the men in your phone? Are you not giving unwanted attention? Or are you not entertaining unwanted attention? Are you replying to your DMs? Are you posting sexual images or provocative or whatever? Like, are you doing all these things that you don't want him to do? Like, if you're expecting a man to treat you like a queen and give you the world, you have to give him reasons to. Like, this is not to be rude, but the person that you are right now may not be enough. And this is why self-improvement is amazing, right? You can work on yourself, you can level up, you can do these things, but you can't just assume that the way that you were born, traumas that you've been through, and all your experiences have just formed you into this person that's just deserving of everything when you have nothing to work on yourself, right? Does that make sense? So at the end of the day, you can hate on men, you can be mad at them, but the truth is that you're the one making decisions, you're the one doing these things, and you have to take accountability at some point for your own actions, for your own self-improvement, and for your own role in the dynamic of intimacy, dating, and relationships. my advice is to start being honest with yourself, evaluate what you bring to the table for yourself first, and then also like in a relationship, like, you're not perfect. I'm sorry, you're not perfect. You have things that you can work on. Everyone does. And until you start being honest with yourself about how you're portraying yourself, how you're acting, all that stuff, you know, it's gonna be a tough ride. So with that, this is meant to be an empowerment video for you to take accountability and for you to work on the things that you see fit for you to work on. Let me know in the comments below if you see this thing happening with women as well. This is not to hate on anybody. This is just to state the facts. Like, shit is what it is, right? Don't shoot the messenger, right? But that's all for this video. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Feel free to like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff, and I'll catch y'all later.